Okay, hey guys. So I want to start off this video with some updates and a dream I had last night. Powerful dream, man. Anyway, so I just made Christendom, which has changed everything in me. It's really weird. I'll get more on that later. So for the past 2 weeks, Christ has been telling me there's this gang after me. And I caught the one gang member. I was in a dream. I was hanging out with my buddies. There's three of us, four of us, me being one. And we were in a gang. We were just hanging out. And anyway, I went to the bathroom in the dream. This guy was trying to pickpocket me, and I pushed him away. He came back to Christ and complained, saying I punched him, and I didn't. Remember that dream? Just a couple back on my video listing there, and I didn't do it. So Christ did an investigation, and the kid folded and ran away, and that was that. And he was a bullshitter and a little rat, and he ran away. So ever since that dream, Christ has been telling me the rest of the gang is out to get you and him. So they're out to get me, Christ is saying. And this happened like 2 weeks ago, and every day Christ tells me, and every day I go to sleep I'm nervous, and I can feel it coming. So I know something's coming where I get this, where something happens. I don't know. It ain't happened yet. But he's been telling me about that. And he said the gang they're not Christian. He found out, this is new updates, he found out they're not a Christian gang. They're part of a larger mob, which I forgot the name of. And I think Christ just made it up because he ain't telling me the name of the mob again. I don't think he made it up, but he gave me the meaning to it. And I was thinking about this. Remember when I got shanked in the elbow, where I came back from my dream with a knife stuck in my elbow, right up in there, and I had the cut on my skin from the dream, and that's further back. In that dream, where I got shanked, was me hanging out with the same guys from my past. Now, when I had a past where I was like a punk rocker, thrash metal, hardcore death metal. That's the group of guys I hanged out with, right? Then, when I was like a teenager, 16, 17, 18, stuff like that, and it was an awesome time in my life, just lots of fun. So I go back to that past in my dreams. When I went back to that with my buddies. They're all dead. He goes, they're all dead. They committed suicide and stuff. They're all dead. So you go back and hang out with them, these spirits, because you're part of that group. Because you go back and dream about them, but you're actually hanging out with them in the spirit. And that's when I got shanked by one. Now, not my buddies, but the other types of people. Anyway, that's when I got shanked. I brought the knife back, gave it to Jesus and all that. Now, the rat kid that was in the bathroom just a week ago, when I was trying to pee in the mall, I was peeing, and the kid tried to steal my wallet, and I pushed him. He came back and charged me with assault and all this bullshit. And I go, you know what? I didn't assault you. You'd know it if I assaulted you. Anyway, he bellied up and ran. That's the same group. So every couple weeks or once a month, I'll dream about my past, and these kids, and my buddies in the spirit, and they're all spirit world. So they have the guy that tried to get me. He's part of that gang. Anyway, Christ says they're out to get me now. So the next time I'm alone, floating around, doing whatever I do, go and hang out with my past buddies, they're gonna shank me or something. But I'm in Christendom now, and Christ said I don't even have to let him in. Christ has got an eyeball on me all the time. All he gotta do is think, and there I am. So I'm hooked up to him all the time. So wherever he thinks about me, he can see me, what's going on, and he has a direct line. Whereas if I wasn't in Christendom, I'd have to scream for help for a while before he came. That was the difference. That's why they wanted me in Christendom, so they could keep an eye on me when my innocence left. Because when my innocence leaves, that's it, right? So I had to be in Christendom. I had to be a Christ in Christendom before, whatever. Anyway, you get it. So that's been going on. I'm going to get into a dream now. This dream I had last night. It really messed me up. I get in my car. All of a sudden the police pull in behind me. The police. And I think I'm in my garage or the driveway. I'm in my garage with the open door. And the police pull in like that at the end of the driveway. And I freak out. Oh shit. So I put it in reverse and I get up between the cops and I take off. The cops come flying after me. And I'm flying on the road. And I got this big giant property, right? And it's out in the desert. It's sort of like the desert, but not. Sort of like Arizona, Nevada, Texas type. Mountains, desert. And I'm flying down. I know if I go out in the country, there's a ramp I made out of dirt. And I know my car can hit the ramp and jump a creek or something. There's a creek. And I can jump on the other side of the creek and get away from the cops. And I know this because I made it. And this car can actually make the jump where the cop cars might not be able to, but my car can because I made it specifically for that reason. Whatever. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm flying. I get to the road and I gun it. And my car jumps over the creek. And it's not just a little creek, it's a creek. And damn near a river. So I jump the river, creek. The cops have to go a long way around. Meanwhile, I'm flying up the side of a mountain, okay? I'm flying up the side of a mountain or in the mountains. And I'm flying up in the mountains there. And I get out of my car and I run into like a mine, an old mine where they did mining, and I park the car, I get out and I run into the mine, and I go down into the mine because I know where the mine is because it's my property, and you know I've hiked around there for years, built the ramp, all this stuff, and the mine, I go down the mine and I go down the mine, and I can see the layers. There's layers going down, and I can see light on this one layer down below, like 4 or 5 layers down. So I go down the mine, and I go into the mine. I get off at that layer, that level, and I go, and I'm walking around in there. And it's sort of like a railing going around like this, the mine shaft, going straight down. And then I start running down. And in there, I see like built construction material, okay? It's like, you know how you build a wall and it has the tin like that, and then you put the plaster, whatever the hell, drywall up. You know how it has the tin or the metal braces, and then you put the drywall up on the braces, all that. It has like braces for a hallway, and there's like wires hanging, and the braces are broken, and all the braces are broken. There's construction material and debris on the ground, and I'm running. And I'm running down there, and the police are gone. They never did catch me. I'm still running, and I'm running through all these different corridors, like a mouse and cheese, like not like a mouse and cheese, like a mouse in a one of them, a maze. And I'm running, and I finally come to a hallway, or a door, and I open the door, and I come in, and I'm in come out into a mall. There's a mall, and I run into the mall. I take a look around, see what's going on. There's people walking around shopping. Then I turn around and I come back where I came from. I go back in there and I run along the side of the mall, the wall, because I came to a wall, opened the door, went into the mall, came back, and I'm running along the walls of the main mall and the stores and everything. And it's sort of like there's a hallways in this mall, and it's huge mall. It's like multi-level mall, and I'm running in the corridors where no mall people go. Not even the workers, you know. It's all construction material. I'm running, and then I come out in the mall again, and then I run down the mall, and I find another door, and it's just a bathroom. Go to the bathroom. So I go down to the bathroom, and there's a long hallway, and it goes right to the end, right like that, and you can't even see the end of this hallway, and it's totally white, and it's what's that brick? Cinder blocks, made up of cinder blocks painted white. And it goes all the way, and there's a little red light way down the end. I'm like, fuck, I gotta go there. So I'm running. It seems like an hour. I'm running, and then all of a sudden, there's the water sprinklers started shooting out gas, like exhaust on me, and I'm choking, I can't breathe. And then I start trying the doors, and I can't breathe, and I'm trying the doors on the way down this hallway, and I open up a door, and then I go in there, and I run, and there's the bracers again, and the construction material. I'm running wires and things, and I'm choking. It's totally black. I'm choking. I'm running through there. I'm trying not to get like my arm cut on one of the steel bracers, and I'm running, and it's all black. And all of a sudden, I hit something soft, and I look down, and there's a dead guy laying there. So I take the dead guy, I'm looking at him, and he's dead. And I roll him over, and I grab his wallet, and I look in his wallet, and I take the money, and then I take his ID, and he has all these like cards for door accesses. And so I take all of them because I know I'm going to need them. And so then I run to, which was like an hour. I ran all the way to the mine shaft again. Then I think I went up this time. I went up in the mine shaft. I got off at another level. Well, actually, I went outside to look around and see what the cops were. The cops weren't there. I went back down into the mine shaft, and then I went to a higher level than was before, and then the mines started caving in. Rocks were falling on me and everything. I'm like, I had to get the hell out of there. And so I got off at another level. I ran back in, and I run through the bracers and all this stuff, and I'm tripping and falling. It's pitch black, and I'm scared as fuck. And then I run into the mall again, and it's still connected to the mall, but I'm at a different level. So I go into the mall, and I go into the mall, and I go to the food court, and I buy some food with the money I found on the dead guy, and I buy some food, and I run back in to the I'm just running, I think. Maybe I went back to the bathroom. I don't know. So I end up in this hallway. And I'm thinking it was the hallway I just left. So I ran into the hallway in this white cinder block all the way down, a little red light at the end. And I run down a little ways, and I'm like, oh, fuck, I ain't running all the way down here again. There's doors, hundreds of doors. And so I turn around and run back to the mall, but the mall's not there. I look back at me, and the hallway continues. And I turn around in the hallway, and I turn around, so it's like the same on both ends. And I just came to the mall, but it was not there anymore. So I'm running, and then the gas hits me again, and it says, warning, toxic gas release, warning. Like the speaker system came on. Clear them all. And toxic exhaust, toxic exhaust or gas. So I'm running, and finally I get past where the gas is coming out. I'm like, holy shit! And I was holding my breath the whole time. I'm like fucking panicking. So I start running again. I'm running. Then I'm still running, and the red light is getting a little bit closer. And I'm running, and all of a sudden, psh, warning! And pesticide, toxic, corrosive material, and pesticide is spraying on me. Pesticide, and so I'm like, oh fuck! I'm drenched in this pesticide. I'm drenched in pesticide. And I'm running, and I can't get out, and I'm hitting all the doors because it seems like it's spraying in front of me for a long time. And finally, I find a door, open it up, and I hide in there. And I'm like, I'm trying not to get any in my mouth and my eyes, and I don't even want it on my skin. Then it stops, and so I go back in the hallway, and I don't know where I was. It was just a dark little room. So I went back into the hallway, and I started running again. And I run for a long time, and then I get to the end. I finally get to the end of this damn hallway, and all of a sudden, at the end of the hallway, which I thought was an exit sign, but it wasn't. It said science lab or something. I thought it said exit, but it wasn't an exit sign. And there was a door at the end, and there was a door on the left side, right at the end. All of a sudden, I'm running, and all of a sudden the door opens up, and this girl comes out, and she got dressed up in science gear. Like, she has the white robe on and some kind of hat, and she has glasses and short hair, and she's holding one of those, where you write on. She got a little badge and everything. She comes out and she looks at me, and I'm like, hey. She went, like, she freaked out, and I'm like, hey, wait. And then she closed the door behind her. She ran back in where she came, and all of a sudden, I stop where she was, and I look up. I'm looking around, and there's little windows at the top of the hallway. And it was a tall hallway, like 20 feet. And at the top of the hallway, there's a little window with a camera, and she was looking at me from the window. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And so I opened up the door at the end, and it led into the nasty bracers where you put the drywall up, and it's pitch black in here. Far as the eye can see, it's like steel bracers. Far as the eye can see. And I'm like, oh fuck, I ain't going back in there. I turn around, there's a hallway, and I'm like, oh Christ. And I look up, and the window's gone, and the girl, and I'm like, fuck. So I started checking the doors. I checked 2 doors. Both of them were locked up. I couldn't. Both of them. Finally, I'm start running. I'm hitting the door, trying doors as I'm running, and I'm getting tired, man. And I'm getting scared and confused and everything. And then I finally open up the door. And here I am back in the bracer construction area. I'm like, fuck. So I'm just like, I don't know what to do. Maybe I'll try to go back to the well. And then I don't know what happened. I think maybe I woke up at that point, right? And let's just say I woke up for the sake of argument. I'm running out of time. So I wake up, boom, and I'm laying there. I don't hear no voices yet. I don't hear Jesus or anything. I'm just laying there thinking, fuck, what the hell kind of dream was that? And I felt in my heart, I feel like I live in Texas, where it's more deserty, not the tree area, but the deserty type Texas, New Mexico area, something like that. And I'm a rich guy, I'm a rich kid, and I live there. I'm feeling this, and I feel like, and I made this jump across the river where the police couldn't catch me. And I live there. That's what I felt like. I don't know, fuck, what does this mean? Finally I go, Jesus. I go, Christ, what the fuck? He goes, you wanted the truth? And I go, what are you talking about? And he goes, you just experienced what happens after you commit suicide. And I'm like, what do you mean? What? And he goes, you just experienced someone's suicide and what happens after you die. And I go, I did? He goes, yeah, you were the guy. He goes, when you got in the car, Christ tells me, he just tells me, he goes, you got in the car and committed suicide. You close the doors, you turn the engine on, you breathe the exhaust gas, the CO2 or whatever it is, and you died. The police came and found your body. That's when you took off. You didn't even know you were dead. You thought you were driving a car, but you weren't. You drove the car. You thought the police were after you. The police pulled up to get your body because after a while, you were still in the car spiritually. So you died spiritually in the car. The police pulled up and you thought they were after you. But you already committed suicide. You took off and you jumped the river, went to the mine, which you know, once you went into the mine, you entered the trap. And he goes, and then once you entered the trap, he goes, well, it ain't a trap, it's just where you belong. And he goes, you went into the maze. And he goes, the guy's still there. And I'm like, what? He goes, yeah. He goes, everything you saw in there, the maze, the confusion, the lostness, that's where you go when you commit suicide. And I go, holy fuck. And he goes, you are experiencing what someone else experienced from life, committing suicide, running from the police that showed up to get the body. You ran from the police and then started your journey. And he goes, that's fun, eh? And I go, oh, Jesus Christ. And he goes, the guy is still running around in there right now until he figures it out. And I go, how long has he been in there? And he goes, some people never leave, some people never get it. And he goes, the only way to get out is to ask for Christ's help. And I'm like, anyway, I guess this guy's been running around in there for years. And he goes, the girl was actually a Christ letting him know. The girl at the end of the hallway was a Christ letting him know that he's in an illusion. He's in an illusion. He's lost. And she represented, he goes, she was put there deliberately to represent Christ. So to get him thinking. So she presented himself, didn't say anything, then she left, and that was supposed to trigger him to get to thinking about what happened, why he's there, why he's running around for 10 years in this place. And I go, well, how long do you have to stay there? Is there a time limit? And he goes, no. He goes, you go into that place and you're there. You could be there for 10 lifetimes. And he goes, but we'll give you little pointers and cues once in a while. And he goes, if you're in there too long and you still don't get it, then Chris will come down and actually smack you in the head and fucking say, start thinking. Maybe you should think this way. And then the person, the only way to get out, he said, you're trapped in your own bullshit. You're trapped in your own crap. He goes, the only way to get out is ask Chris for help. And that's it. And he goes, for that guy's case and other cases, but there's tons of other things and ways of doing it. But anyway, I just heard someone behind me say, help. I thought it was my chair, maybe. No. Okay, check this video. So anyway, so help, female voice, or a kid. So, I was like, and he goes, you lived a guy's death, and the guy is still there, running around like a rat in a maze, and he don't even know he's dead yet. And you just had a view of what he's going through. And I went, holy shit. And he goes, you wanted the truth? And he goes, that's the truth. And that's what happens. And I'm like, wow. And he goes, he's lost in there in the maze. And the mall, he goes, the mall is there for people. And he goes, everything's there for you to survive. And you think you're in the real world, but you're not. You're just running around in the maze and you can't get out. And he goes, if the guy stopped and thought, asked help from Christ, he could get out. Christ would come and help him, work his way out. But the guy doesn't even know to ask Christ for help because he was never taught that in fucking real life. So, there you go, guys. That fucked me up. Then I woke up this morning and Christ goes, "What's your favorite crystals?" And I'm like, "What?" He goes, "What's your favorite?" He goes, "What's your favorite blue crystal?" And I went, "Turquoise." And then he goes, and I go, "Oh, I'm Flora. I don't know. There's another one. A couple other ones I asked. Amethyst was a nice one. I go, amethyst, turquoise, and fluorite. I thought, or fluorine. Fluorite. Fluorine. Either way, I like those. And I'm on, "Why do you want that?" And he goes, "Don't worry about it." I'm like, "Alright, whatever." And my kids, now they're all gone. I can't hear a goddamn thing. So I just want to make this little video, and that's what happens when you commit suicide by gassing yourself in a car. And the gang, all them little rotten bastards that are trying to shank me. And he goes, "The whole gang, they're all suicides." He goes, "All them kids that are trying to get you, they're all suicides. And they're all just running around together. Like a little gang, stealing and doing bad things. But they know you and they're out to get you." So, there you go, guys. That's what's been going on in my life. I haven't seen Christendom yet. I want to see it. They ain't showed it to me. Or I haven't got to see it yet. But I still am there. I think I left Christendom. I went out in the normal world of Christ, and then they stuck me back in. They're moving me back and forth. I don't really know what's going on. I only get reports when I wake up. So I got a minute 50 left. I should say my goodbyes. And so, if you're thinking about committing suicide, think about the rat hole that you got to live in for a long time until you figure it out. Later, guys.